Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got the final game of this four-game series between the 78 Dodgers and Braves in Atlanta. And the lead it all for the visiting Dodgers, second baseman Lopes. Batting second, playing short is Russell. Batting third, playing right field is Smith. Batting fourth, playing third base is Say. Batting fifth, playing first base is Garvey. Batting sixth, playing left field is Monday. Batting seventh, playing center field is North. Batting eighth on the catching is Oates, and on the mound, batting ninth, doing the pitching is Sutton. And for the hometown Atlanta Braves, leading off playing second is Gilbreth. Batting second, playing center field is Office. Batting third, playing right field is Matthews. Batting fourth, playing left field is Burris. Batting fifth, playing doing the catching is Pocaroba. Batting sixth, playing third base is Horner. Batting seventh, playing first base is Murphy. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Rocket. And batting ninth and on the mound is HANNA. Let's get down here to Atlanta Fulton County Stadium and get this game started. And Davey Lopes will lead it off here for the Dodgers, batting .236. He's got 5 homers and 22 RBIs. Preston HANNA making his 16th start of the year. He is 5-8 with a 5.62 ERA. Here's the pitch to Lopes. And right away, that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Davey gets aboard here. And going to do a little hit and run with Russell. And Russell's batting .248 with no homers and 30 RBIs. And that's going to beat a 23 on a hit and run. And a 31 and a 2 should be fielding column 1. And it is. That's going to be a out at first, runner to second. That ball is hit back to the mound. And he fires over the first, but with the runner on the move, he gets him at first. Now the runner's in scoring position with 1 out. And Reggie Smith comes to the plate, batting .324 with 12 homers and 39 RBI. And that's going to be against the righty, a base hit into right in the center field. And with Lopes' speed, he should score easily here. Let's fix Lopes' card here. A little behind the scenes here. And now let's get back to the game after that. And that was a base hit in the center field. 3. That'll be a 50. And only a 64 lower, he's safe. And he's in there. That's an RBI single by Smith. And it's 1-0 Dodgers. And now you got Smith down at first. And the Penguins up, and Say is batting .281 with 12 homers, 43 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop-up. Nope, that's going to be a base on balls, the dreaded W. So HANNA walks to Penguin, and now Popeye Garvey comes up. First and second, 2 outs, and a 1-0 Dodger lead. And Garvey's batting .274 with 10 homers and 62 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit. In the center field, Smith doesn't have great speed, surprisingly. So, let's see here. A 2. That'll be only 1 out. It'll be a 56. A 30. And that'll get say down the third no matter what, a 30. So that'll be a 56 if I remember right. 56 or lower, he's safe. And he's safe, and that's runners on the corner. And there's so only 1 out. And a base on ball bites him in the butt. And now it's 2-0. And now you got Monday up with runners on the corner. Braves need a double play. Already 2 runs have scored, and they need to hold this damage. And Monday's batting .310 on the year with 7 homers and 37 RBIs. And just what the doctor ordered. That's a ground ball down the second. Let's see here. 46 and a 7. 46 and a 7 is barely fielding column 2. And that's going to be the old 4-6-3 double play. And that'll get the Braves out of the inning, but 2-run score makes it Dodgers 2, Braves coming to the plate. And you got Gilbreth, Office, and Matthews due up. Gilbreth batting .224. He's got a homer and 17 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Sutton strikes him out. And there's 1 down. Now Office comes out. All Rowland's batting .270 with 3 homers and 21 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. So the tying run comes to the plate. And Gary Matthews with 1 swing in the bat, get the Braves right back in this game. Runner down at first, 1 out. Matthews batting .256 with 5 homers and 23 RBIs. And that's a swing and a miss. Sutton struck out 2 and walked 1 so far. So he could strike out the side here in between with a walk. Let's see if Jeff Burris can put a stop to that, batting .323 with 12 homers and 48 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. So Sutton strikes the side out, and in between it, he walks Office. And the Braves go down with a runner on first. Never to make contact there in the second. You get to the top of the second, it's 2-0 LA. You got North, Oates, and Sutton due up. And North's batting .306 with no homers and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gilbreth. He tosses it over to Murphy, and there's 1 down. And Johnny Oates is up. And Johnny's batting .438 on the year with no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the Office. Quickly 2 down here in the second. And Don Sutton comes to the plate. And Sutton's batting .143 on the year with no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Dodgers go down 1-2-3. To the bottom of the second we go. We got Pokeroba due up. He'll be followed by Horner and Murphy. Pokeroba batting .237 with 6 homers and 21 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Sutton has struck out. All 4 outs have been strikeout in between a walk. Can Bob Horner get the bat on the ball, batting .233 with 3 homers and 6 RBIs? And that's a ground ball down the safe. Finally, somebody hits it, but that's out number 2. Now the Murph's up, and the Murph is batting .219 with 14 homers and 31 RBIs. And that ball is smashed. Let's see where Murph smashes this one out. In Atlanta, Fulton County Stadium. That ball is high. That ball is far. And Murph has cut this lead 2-1. It's 2-1. Murph with his 15th homer. Back-to-back games with homers for the Murph. And the Rockets up now. And he's batting 160 on the year with no homers and 11 RBIs. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Sutton with his 5th strikeout to end the inning, but Murph gets a hold of one, makes it a 2-1 game. Only one out has been by a ground ball. The rest have been Don Sutton striking out these Braves. We go to the top of the 3rd. It's a 1-run lead for the Dodgers. Top of the order up, Lopes, Russell, and Smith. Davey singled and came around the scores first time up. That's going to be a ground ball down to the Rocket. And that's out number 1. And Russell comes to the plate. And Bill, he's 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. Warner's up with it. Fires across the diamond to Murph. Quickly 2 down here in the 3rd. And Reggie Smith's up. He had an RBI single his first time up. And he gets a hold of this one, drives that into the gap off the wall out there in right field. And he's got himself a 2-out double. And the Penguin comes up now with a runner in scoring position. And the Penguin walked his first time up. And then that's what he does the second time up. So the Penguin gets a walk. And now it's 1st and 2nd for Garvey and 2 outs. Braves looking for that all-important 3rd out here to get out of this inning with nobody scoring. And Garvey, the Popeye, is 1 for 1. Garvey at the plate, Smith at 2nd, the Penguin at 1st. And that's going to be a ground ball of 52. That's probably going to be fielding column. He is a 2. That'll be the last column. And that'll be with 2 outs. That's going to be a base on balls. HANNA walks him. Walks the bases loaded for Monday. A dreaded W. That dreaded W comes up again. Monday is 0 for 1. He grounded into a 4-6-3 double play his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Burris. The Dodgers lead the bases loaded in the top of the 3rd. Let's see if that comes to bite them in the butt. It's still 2-1 LA. And you got HANNA due up and in the order of switch over to Gilbert and Office at the top. HANNA's batting .355. 2 homers, folks. 6 RBIs. He says he don't need no stinking DH. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Sutton with his 6th strikeout of the game, folks. 6 strikeouts out of 7 outs. Only 1 ground ball. The rest have been strikeouts. He has been mowing these Braves down. Murph got a hold of one, but the only hit was a homer. And talking about strikeouts, Gilbert struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Sutton. He tosses it over to 1st. And that's only the 2nd out that wasn't a strikeout. Now Office is up. And he walked his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to the Penguin. He fires over the Popeye at 1st. And the Braves go down 1, 2, 3. To the top of the 4th we go. With the bottom part of the order due up north. Oates and Sutton. See the Braves after this game. The Giants come to town for 4 games. And then the Braves go out west to take on these same Dodgers in LA. North is 0 for 1 today. And he gets a hold of this. Drives that ball out in the left field. Goes the other way with it. He's got himself a leadoff single. Johnny Oates comes to the plate. And they're going to do a little hit and run here with North down at 1st. Trying to stay out of the double play. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Burris. He makes the catch. And North scampers back to 1st. He's going to take off and try to steal here. Let's see. They're only up by 1, right? Yep. So North is going to try to take off and steal here instead of Sutton trying to bunt him over. So that'll be a 33, 63 or lower. And he's in there with a stolen base. So he's down at second now. And now will Sutton try to sacrifice him over? That is the question. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to try to get him down the third. And that's a 54. That'll be a 32. Sacrifice. And that's hit down the first. Murphy fields it. He tosses it over to Gilbreth covering. But the runner will get down the third with 2 outs. And Davey Lopes is up now. And Lopes is 1 for 2, singled and scored in the game. And that's going to be a fly ball out the office. That'll end the inning. The Dodgers strand another one. To the bottom of the 4th we go. The big boys do up here. Matthews, Burris, and Pocoroba. Matthews is 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Sutton has given up 2 hits, and both of them's been homers, and it's a tie ball game, folks. It's 2-2. Matthews homers and ties it up. Now Jeff Burris comes to the plate, and Burris is 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. Right now it's been all or nothing, it seems like, for Sutton. And against the righty, a 14, and that's going to be a single. So Burris gets aboard here, and the Braves are making some noise here in the 4th. First 2 batters are aboard here. The homer now a single. And Pocoroba is going to do a little hit and run. See if they can stay out of the double play. And that's going to be a perfectly placed ball. Perfectly drops in there on the hit and run. That's going to be that's a single for Pocoroba. And the runner gets down the third. And the Braves now threaten to take the lead here. First and third, nobody out. And Bob Horner at the plate. And the Dodgers will play back. What did I just do? I put an HR in there for hit and run, didn't I? And gave him a homer. That's what I did. All righty. Get ready to say, what the world? So that should have been a base hit in the left field. And the runner gets down the third. Pretty good. I'm like, what the heck? They just got 2 runs. So now, do they want? Nah, they're going to play in. They're going to play in. They don't want to give up the go-ahead run. So Horner's at the plate. He's 0 for 1, grounded out the third. They're going to play the infield in. Burris at first. Burris at third. Pocoroba at first. Infield's in. Here's the pitch to Horner. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And let's see, a 45 and a 2 should be fielding column 2. And it is. And let's see here. And that should be deep enough to score. Burris. North does not have a very good arm. So that is going to be a 52 minus a 28 plus a 5. 29. Let's see. They're going to send him home here. A 29. That'll be a 55 or lower. And he's in there. So a sacrifice fly by Horner. Gets the runner in. Now there's 1 out and a runner at first, and the Murph's up. And the Murph's already homered in this game. Can he do it again? The Braves take a 3-2 lead here. And now you got Murphy 1 for 1 with a homer in this game. Here's the pitch to Murph. And that's going to be a 24 and a 5. 24 and a 5. That'll be fielding column 1. That'll be a ground ball down the first. Garvey makes the play, throws over to second. Russell back to first. Murphy beats the throw. So Murphy's down at first now. And Murph might try to get in scoring position here with a stolen base. I would make him a 26, 52 or lower. And he's in there with a stolen base. So Murph gets down to second, gets in the scoring position for Rocket. And Pat deliver now. And Assurance runs down at second. Rocket's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a base on ball. So the Rocket gets a walk. That brings up HANNA. So the worst part is the pitcher spot's out of the way. But Preston, who's not a fucking bad hitting pitcher at all. He has 2 homers and 6 RBIs, batting .344 on the year, folks. If Don Sutton grooves one here, HANNA can make him pay. Let's see. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Sutton strikes him out, but the Braves score 2 and make it a 3-2 ball game as we go to the top of the 5th. Got the Russell, Smith, and Say due up. You got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here in the 5th. And Russell's 0 for 2, grounded out twice. And that's going to be another ground ball. This one down to Murph. Takes it himself for out number 1. Reggie Smith comes to the plate. He is a perfect 2 for 2 with an RBI single and a double in the game. And that's going to be a single in left field. And that brings the tying run down the first. Go ahead, run at the plate. And Ron Say, Braves would love a ground ball double play. Penguin has walked both times. And that's going to be a fly ball out the office. And that's out number 2. So it's up to Steve Garvey to do some damage here. He's 1 for 1. He has an RBI single and walked his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. HANNA strikes him out. His first strikeout of the game is a big one. And that ends the inning. And the Dodgers strand another one. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's still a 3-2 Braves lead. And you got the top of the order due up here for Atlanta. And Gilbreth is 0 for 2. See the team comparisons. The Dodgers is 43 and 30. They're batting .261 with a .330 base percentage. They're slugging .387 with a 717 OPS. The Braves are 25 and 46, batting .248 with an on-base percentage of .314, slugging .386 with a 701 OPS. Here's the pitch to Gilbreth. That's going to be a fly ball out the north. That'll be out number 1. Can Office get something started here in the 5th? He is 0 for 1. He has walked in this game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Sutton's 8th strikeout of the game. And Matthews is up now. And the Sarge is 1 for 2 with a homer. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Garvey. He takes it himself, calls off Sutton. The Braves go down 1, 2, 3. We go to the top of the 6th. And a 3-2 ball game. HANNA is going to be facing Monday North and Oaks. Monday 0 for 2 today. And not anymore. That's a base hit in the right field. Matthews gets over there, cuts it off. Monday makes the turn, but he'll hold up with a leadoff single. And now you got North up, and North is 1 for 2. He has singled and stolen the base. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Horner, 32 and a 3. And that'll be fielding column 2. And they'll get the lead runner at second, fire over to first, but not in time. North beats the throw. So now there's 1 out. North's down at first. And he's going to try to take off again here. Try to steal. That would be a 20. Let's see here. In the 6th inning, down by 1. Yep. So that'll be a 20. 9 and a 4, 33, 63 or lower. Can they throw him out? No, Pokeroba can't throw him out. He's in there with another stolen base. Now he's in scoring position for Oates. And here's the pitch to Johnny. And that's going to be a runner on second of 36. Let's see here. And that's going to be a wild pitch. Gets the runner down the third. The Braves will have to bring the infield in. Oates at the plate. He's 0 for 2. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And that's going to tie the ball game up here, folks. Now it's 3 apiece. Runner down at first. And Sutton's going to try to bunt him down the second. Get the go-ahead run in scoring position for Lopes. Sutton's 0 for 1, had a sacrifice bunt his last time up. And that's going to be strike number 2. He fouls that one off. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, and they strike Sutton out, and he doesn't get the job done, folks. So now there's 2 outs. Lopes is up with the runner at first. Davies 1 for 3. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gilbreth. He goes the short way over to second. But a wild pitch ends up costing him because he was at third. And a single drives him in and ties this game up. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's a 3-3 game. You got Burris, Pokeroba, and Horner due up. Burris is 1 for 2. Singleton came around the score in the 4th. And that's going to be against the righty of 14. And that's a base hit. Burris is on board again. So Jeff Burris with his second single of the game. Pokeroba's up. And Biff 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. They're going to do a hit and run again. Pokeroba came through the last time with a hit and run. Let's see if he can do it again. And that's going to be 24. And on the hit and run, they only play. That ball's hit down to Russell. Only plays over to first. That kept him out of the double play. Burris is now in scoring position for Horner. Can Horner deliver here? He is 0 for 1. He did have a sacrifice fly his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Burris is going to stay put. Sorry, out the right field. And Burris is going to stay put. And now Murphy's up. Can Murphy be the hero here and give the Braves back the lead? He's 1 for 2 with a homer in this game. And that ball is well hit. The Murph could be driving in Burris from second with 2 outs. Let's see what happens here. And that's going to be a double into left field. And the Murph has now given the Braves a 4-3 lead here. And he's standing down at second with 1 out. And the Rocket's up. And the Rocket is 0 for 1. He has struck out and walked. Has yet to put the ball in play. And that's going to be a 26. That'll be a pop-up out in shallow center field. North comes running in, makes the catch. But the RBI double by Murphy puts the Braves up 4-3. And we'll probably do a double switch here. Let's see. Cheney's going to come in. He'll bat in the 9 spot and give him a little better defense. And that'll be it for HANNA. So we'll do a double switch. HANNA will come in. And who's going to come in here now? And let's see who's going to come in and pitch. HANNA will come in batting. Cheney will come in and bat in the 9 spot. You got coming in a righty, a switch hitter, and a righty. So first we'll put Cheney in the 9 spot. He'll play short. And he'll bat in the 9 spot. Play short. Okay. And now we'll go to the bullpen. And Garber's going to come in and try to get a 3-inning save here. They're not going to mess around. So Gene Garber's coming in to try to get a 3-inning save. Rockets out. Let's see here. And they may even, might as well go for the whole thing. And Barry's going to come in and play right field and take Matthews out of the game. So Barry's going to come in. Matthews is coming out. We're going defense here. Try to win this game. So Barry's going to come in. He'll bat in the 3 spot. And he'll play right field. Oh, we didn't put Garber in yet. Okay. So we still got to put Garber in. So Gene's got to come in and bat in the 8 spot. Alrighty, so we got a new pitcher, a new shortstop, a new right fielder. And Gene's on the mound. He'll be facing the 2, 3, 4 hitters here. He's got Russell, Smith, and Say. This is Garber's 4th appearance. He is 0-0 with 1 save and a 5.79 ERA. Here's the pitch to Russell. And that's going to be a 20. And that's going to be a base hit into right field. So Russell goes the other way, and right away the tying runs at first. And Reggie Smith's at the plate. Can Gene Garber get the double play? Smith, he's not happy that Hannah's out of the game. He is 3 for 3 with a double and an RBI. Here's the pitch to Smith, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Gino strikes him out. We're out number 1. And now Ryan Say comes up, and Say, 0 for 1 with 2 walks, flew out his last time up. And that's going to be against the righty, a 21 and an 8. And that's going to be a pop-up down the 3rd. And Horner makes the catch, and there is 2 down. And now Garvey comes to the plate. And Garvey is 1 for 2 with an RBI. And the game he struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a pop-up straight up the chute. Pocoroba waits for it to come down. And that's the 7th inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 4-3 Atlanta. Let's see here. Sutton's due up 4th. Sutton is due up 4th. Do we want to make the change here? That's the question. We're going to let Sutton finish this inning here. This will probably be his last inning. He'll have a short leash here. You got Cheney, and then Gilbert and Office due up. Cheney's just came in on the double switch. He's batting .213 on the year with a homer and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Cheney walks on down to first. And that brings up Gilbreth. And Gilbreth is 0 for 3. The Braves again going to do a little hit and run here. Stay out of that double play, hopefully. That'll be a 22 and an 8. That should be fielding column 1. 22 and an 8, yep. 1A. 26. And the only play will be the first with the hit and run. So they stay out of the double play. The runner gets in scoring position. Office comes to the plate. And Office is 0 for 2. He has walked, grounded out, and struck out. And that's going to be a base on balls. And that's going to be it for Sutton. They're going to get somebody just to get them through this inning, I think. Sutton, first and second, and 1 out. That'll be it for him. And they'll bring in a righty. Let's see who they'll bring in here. Charlie's going to come in the game. So Charlie will come in. Because he's the only righty the Dodgers have in the bullpen. Ain't that amazing? They're full of lefties. So Charlie's going to come in the game. First and second. 1 out. The Braves threatening to add some runs here in the bottom of the second. This is Charlie's 14th appearance. He's 1-0 with 3 saves. Cheney at second. Office at first. Barry, who just came in the game for defensive purposes, batting .233 with a homer and 13 RBIs. Took Matthews out for defensive purposes. Here's the pitch to Barry. And that's going to be a fly ball out to, nope, that's going to be a hit by pitch. That's going to be a hit by pitch. Charlie comes in and hits Barry, and the bases are full of Braves. And Jeff Burris at the plate. Can he bust this game open for Atlanta? Burris is having a good game. He hates to see Sutton out. He is 2 for 3 with 2 singles in this game. And that's going to be, I guess they're going to have to bring the infield in. So they're bringing the infield in. That's going to be a ground ball down the short with the infield in a 43 and an 8. 43 and an 8. And that'll be fielding column 2. That'll be safe at first. Runner out at the plate. Others advance 1 base. So that'll be a 6-2 put out. Bases are still loaded. Wait a second. Yeah, still the same thing. And Biff Pokeroba's up. And Biff is 1 for 3 today. Can he deliver again? And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 12 and an 8. And that is going to be a base hit with the bases loaded in the left field. 1 run scores. Can 2 runs score? Biff Pokeroba with a big single here with 2 outs. And Barry's going to score. And can Burris get down the third? Nope, he'll stop at second. That's a 2 RBI single. And it is now a 6-3 ball game. And Bob Horner comes to the plate with first and second and 2 outs. And this might be his last plate appearance. They might take him out for defensive purposes. Horner is 0 for 2. He has a sacrifice fly in this game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Horner out. And like I say, that's going to be it. Royster's going to come in and play second, and Gilbert will move over to third for Horner. So Royster's going to come in the game as Horner comes out. And Royster will play second, and Gilbert will move over to third. So where's Gilbreth? There he is. He'll move over to third. And Jerry Royster come in and play second. And he'll bat in the sixth spot for Horner. And we're ready now. And you got Monday, North and Oates due up here against Garber in the top of the eighth. And the Braves are now up by 3. 6-3 ball game. And Rick is 1 for 3 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Murphy. He takes it himself. And there is now 1 out. And North comes to the plate. North is 1 for 3 with 2 stolen bases in the game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Garber strikes him out. And there's now 2 down. Johnny Oates comes to the plate. He is 1 for 3 with an RBI his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Garber strikes him out. That's his 3rd strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 6-3 Atlanta. You got Murphy, Garber, and Cheney. And Garber will bat for himself. Murphy is 2 for 3 with a homer and 2 RBIs. He had a solo homer and a double. RBI double. Murph having a good game. That's going to be a ground ball down to Russell. He fires over to Garvey, and there's 1 out. And now Gene Garber comes up for the first time this year, for the Braves anyway. I don't know if he's... Let's see if he's had any at-bats for the Dodgers. The Phillies here. He was 0 for 2 with the Phillies. This is his first plate appearance for the Braves. He batted .091 and 78 with no homers and no RBIs. Here's the pitch to Gene, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Garber strikes out. Now there's 2 outs, and we're back to the top of the order. No, we're not. We're at the bottom of the order with Cheney. Cheney came in on the double switch and walked his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Charlie strikes him out. We're going to the top of the 9th. The Braves hanging on to a 3-run lead, trying to get a split against these Dodgers. And we'll have a pitch hitter for Charlie. And then we'll have the top of the order due up here. And Vic is probably the only lefty on the bench. Yep, Vic's going to come in. He's the only lefty on the bench. He'll pitch hit here. And Vic is batting .182 on the year with no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. Cheney makes the catch. And there's 1 out here in the 9th. We're back to the top of the order in Davey Lopes. And Davey Lopes is 1 for 4. He did come around the score back in the first. And that's going to be a base on balls. No, it's not. Gene Garber's got the ZZ. So here's the 2-0 pitch. Didn't mess this one up, huh? And that's going to be popped up down the second. Gets under that one. Now there's 2 outs. And the Dodgers are down to their last out with Bill Russell. Russell singled his last time up. He's 1 for 4. And that's going to be against the righty. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Jeff Burris goes over, makes the catch. And that'll end the inning, folks, and the game. The Braves win 6-3 and split the 4-game series with the Dodgers. Take a look here at the box score. And the Braves 6 runs on 7 hits and no errors. The Dodgers 3 runs, 9 hits and no errors. The Dodgers out hit them. Reggie Smith was 3 for 4, and the Dodgers were 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Left 8 men on base. You had Pocoroba, Burris, and Murphy. All three of them 2 for 2. Murphy with 2 RBIs, Pocoroba with 2 RBIs, Murphy and Matthews with homers in the game. Murph had an RBI double. The Braves were 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position and left 6 men on base. Remember, Don Sutton, he gets the loss. 5 and 11. You remember, he had a 2-hitter going, but both hits were homers. He pitched 6 in the third, 6 hits, 5 runs, walked 4. But remember, the first 7 batters that made an out, 6 of them was strikeouts. Then the Braves started to get to him, and he gave up the 2 homers to Murphy and Matthews. Like I say, at that time it was a 2-hitter. It was a 2-2 game, and he was pitching a 2-hitter. Charlie comes in, gives up an inning in the third, 1 hit, 1 run, struck out 3. And since the Yankees aren't playing, we'll do both American and National League. First up is the Boston Red Sox going to Baltimore. Baltimore's been playing good ball, but they've lost the last 2. Can they straighten the ship out and beat these Red Sox? Help the Yankees out. Dennis Martinez is on the mound. He gets clobbered. The Red Sox win 7 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Orioles 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors. And Jim Rice is up to it again. Look at that, 2 for 4 with a homer and 2 RBIs. Rice is a machine. Kansas City against the Angels. Kansas City's been playing good ball, trying to take over first from the Twins. They're only a game and a half back. And Kansas City keeps on winning. 5 runs, 13 hits, no errors. The Angels 2 runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors. You got the Tigers going to Cleveland here. See what happens in Municipal Stadium. A mistake by the lake. And a shutout. How about that? A 3-hitter. Sure, that's what that is. He throws a complete game, throws a shutout. Sure. Nice job by Clyde. The Indians 1 run on 9 hits and 1 error, and he makes it hold up. The Tigers no runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. They didn't get a runner in scoring position. The Tigers didn't. They left 3 men on base at first. And Verzer went 2 for 4. And no homers. I thought maybe a homer in there. They were 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Left 7 men on base. Sykes. Look at that. Yeah. Nice job. Now you got the Rangers taking on the A's. See what happens out here in Oakland. And the Rangers beat up on them. Jenkins throws his 5th complete game. Rangers 11 runs, 13 hits, 1 error. A's 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 errors. And the last American League game is the White Sox and Mariners. See what happens up here in Seattle, Washington. And the White Sox shut them out. Stone doesn't go the distance, though. Steve Stone. The White Sox 8 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. And the Mariners no runs, 5 hits, and no errors. And now you got the Phillies going to the National League. Phillies are in a battle with the Expos for the National League East. They're ahead by a game, if I remember right. The Phillies going up against the Cubbies. See what happens here in Chicago. Can the Phillies get a big win here? Put the pressure on the Expos. And they sure do. 10 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. The Cubbies 4 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors. Michael Jack Smith, 2 for 5 with a homer and 4 RBIs. Let's see if it was a grand slam or not. Well, that wasn't Smith. That was Martin, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Martin. Let's still see if it was a grand slam. I'm sure it would have said if it was. Look at the scorecard here. And Martin, 3-run shot. Man, look at that. 7 runs in the 5th inning. 7 runs in the 5th. A walk. He gets 2 outs. And then after that, it was freaking Bonnie by the barn. Look at that. A 2-run double, a 2-run homer, a single, a walk, an RBI single, a 3-run homer. And then Boone makes the final out. Crazy. Crazy. Now you got the Reds and the Astros. See what happens here in Houston, Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. 8th wonder of the world, Houston Astrodome. And the Astros win 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. And the Reds 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors. And the final game here on the 29th is the Mets against the Pirates in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Three Rivers Stadium. And the Pirates beat up on the Metsies. 8 runs, 13 hits, and 1 error. The Mets 1 run, 4 hits, and 1 error. Jackson gets the win with only 2 innings pitched. What happened here? What happened here? They scored. Oh, they didn't score those runs until the damn 7th and 8th inning. What inning did they take? What inning did they take him out? Because I think it was Bert Blyleven was pitching. Yep, they took Bert out in the 5th inning. 6th inning. 5 2/3. He was pitching a 3-hit, 1-run unearned, and they took him out. Brought DeCalvey in the 6th inning. Don't understand that. Don't understand that management. It panned out, but don't understand it. Alrighty, let's take a look at the standings in both leagues and the leaderboard. You got the Yankees are now 9 games up with that Red Sox win. Tigers are 12.5 games back. The Brewers 14. The Jays are 17.5 games back. Orioles with that 3rd loss are 18.5 games back. Cleveland is 23.5 games back. And out west, the Twins are a game up now on the Kansas City after the win. White Sox are a game and a half back. Rangers 2 games back. Angels 6 games back. The A's 8. Seattle Mariners 16 games back. The Twins have been struggling. They're only 2-8 in their last 10 games. And like we said, in the National League, the Phillies are fighting with the Expos. And with that win, the Phillies are now a game and a half up on the Expos. The Pirates are 5.5 games back. The Cubbies 6 games back. The Cardinals 15.5. And the Mets are 16 games back. And the Giants with the Dodgers loss are now 2 games up on the Dodgers. 5.5 back is the Padres. Houston 7.5. Cincinnati 19.5. And with the Braves win, they're 18 games back. And Jim Rice just keeps on piling up the numbers, leading the American League with a .364 batting average, 27 homers, and now 82 RBIs. And in the National League, Jack Clark's batting .349. George Foster with 16 homers along with Dave Kingman. And Steve Garvey's leading the league with 63 RBIs. And Ron Guidry's leading the American League and the major leagues with a 1.82 ERA. Ed Figueroa with 12 wins and the Goose with 21 saves. And in the National League, Jim Barr with a 2 ERA, Steve Rogers with 12 wins, and Raleigh Fingers with 16 saves. Jim Rice is leading in MVP voting in the American League, and Ed Figueroa is leading in the Cy Young in the American League. And in the National League, George Foster's leading in the votes with the MVP, and the Cy Young leader right now is Steve Rogers. And the next game on the channel is going to be the Yankees, I believe. Check it out here. last day of June. And if it goes to the last day in June for me, and the Yankees will be taking on the Tigers. You got Baker going up against Gullet. And I see how many game series this is. One, two, and then a double header. So a 4-game series between the Tigers and the Yankees. And like we say, it'll be Baker going up against Gullet. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. And if you're new to the channel and haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell and like button. It helps the channel out and don't cost a dime. Until next time, you all have a great day and take care.